put from 1 to 10. Awesome, great. Well, welcome to the webinar. For some reason, I cannot see myself. So if moderator, please help me to get a view so I can see myself too. Cool, here I am.
Mila, we need to make a pause because in some rooms there is still music. No, it's fixed, so we can continue. Sorry for interrupting.
Perfect. Well, welcome to the webinar one more time. Let's go to the next slide. So what you can see now, it's a disclaimer, which is, I guess, will be very useful for every single of you who are doing your own webinars. It's very important before we start to give any information, we can actually set the right scheme by explaining that we are, the purpose of this webinar is to not to sell you anything or not to provide you financial services. And if there are any help you would wanted to have, then this will be your due diligence to seek the right advisor if you need any further information about any of the investment instruments, because today we're going to go through some of the very detailed explanation of some of the investment instruments. So if you would like to get to know them in a bit more detail, so please do your own due diligence and make sure that you are familiar with the disclaimer before you actually take any actions in our company in general. So let's go to the next slide. For those who don't know me, my name is Mila Serdyukova, and I've been in the company for a while now and have developed actually few roles. And one of the role I've currently been actively involved is into development of their like strategic development of our company. And I've been doing this for the last few years with a lot of passion, because my aim is to help millions and millions of people all over the world to reach their goals, to reach their financial freedom, and the most importantly, to help others to prosper and to grow. And I even have this little motto which I put on my channels, that I want to educate, I would like to inspire and add value. And I believe this is all, like, this is me, and this is all what I'm about, to making sure that I can give you all information which is needed in order for you to be able to grow successfully. And I can see that here we have lots of people who are leaders. So it would be good to see if you have any new people. Can you please put plus in the chat if you have anybody who are the first time actually attending any sort of webinars from our company? Okay, so, and people who are already into the leadership position, can you please put number 1 in chat? If you're part of the maybe local council, if you're part of the top leadership, or if you are generally like building the business with our company. Perfect. And another room as well. Excellent. Well, this webinar is specifically for you guys, and you will learn today a lot. And I will tell a little bit why we decided to put this webinar together with Andrey Khovratov. That's we see that there are lots of things which today happening in the company, and there are lots of leaders and partners who are not fully understand what we're going to do and how we're going to do this. So therefore, today is going to be very important information given to you. Please make sure you have a pen and paper, so you can also write it down, all important things. And most importantly, you would be able then to share with your people, with your downline, and help those who are maybe a bit lost or uncertain to find the way. And, you know, my biggest desire for today, my biggest aim is to make sure that after this webinar, you have a clear understanding and you have a clear confirmation that we as the company, we're going to the direction which was always there in front of us as our big mission, which is new economic evolution of the world. But before we're going to go, let's go to the next slide. I would like to ask you something. Can you really see a big difference from what the company used to be a year ago and what is the company represent today? Can you please put plus if you can see the big difference, and minus if you're still sort of thinking that we are running the same music? Excellent. I agree with you 110%. That company has been through a tremendous transformation. And we live in a world where every single day there are some changes happening. Every single day there is something new coming to the market, to our lives. And we didn't realize even like 2 years ago that our life would be like it is today. And I believe those of you who are actually following the company for a while, you're able to recognize that all these changes which company is bringing every time, every year, it's only serve the better purpose. And every single changes which we have, I know there is sometimes difficult to getting through them. And in general, we are human beings. We are, we like to be in our comfort zone, and every single change can be a bit painful. And I know there are some leaders who are a bit struggling to grow the downline, grow the business because they feel uncertainty. But I would like to reassure you, whatever is happening in today's world, whatever is happening in our company, we need to learn how to be patient. We need to learn how to adapt, and we need to learn how to make the most out of the situations which we have today. And I'm sure that you will agree that every single change which has been happening so far serves the greater cause. And that's why here we today going to discuss what are the changes we will have in our company, and the most important, how these changes will be serving better yourself, your downline, your business, and in general, the missions you have. It's all come down to the topic, which you can see now in your screen, traditional and alternative education. For me, it feels like we are going back to the roots. We have slightly forgotten for the last few years what we all were truly about. We have many people who actually been part of the company, not because they believe that education is important and knowledge is important, even though we have thousands of webinars about rules of private investor, about why the education is important. But I can see that there are some people who have been in the company for the different reason. And and I guess it's fine for those who have short-term goals, for those who have medium-term goals. They wanted to probably have a quick opportunity to buy today for cheap and then to sell tomorrow for more. But it was never an aim for our company. And the reason why we talk a lot about new economic evolution of the world is for everybody to realize, if you would like to honestly to build community of the people who will be creating new economic evolution of the world, then we need to have a slightly different type of people than we have attracted so far. Among of you, there are great leaders and great people who are fully with the heart developing this business, developing the company, developing themselves. And for us, it's a great opportunity now to remind ourselves why we are here. So we're going back to the roots with education, and we will make the education as strong as it never has been before. And this will be the foundation for the entire company to grow faster, to go to the next level, to hit another wave. Let's go to the next slide. There is a research which I have done a few days ago while we're preparing for these slides. And it showed the traditional education. And I believe what we have in the world today, in the world of education, generally, this is very old and outdated. And I remember myself when I graduated from the Business School of London, I was super excited that finally my life will be different. Finally, I will be earning lots of money. And guess what I faced when I finished the university? I was struggling to find a good job. I was struggling to find a work placement to even get experience, because every single time I had hit the two objections. The first objection was, you don't have any work experience. Well, obviously, how can I get a work experience if nobody, hired me? And second objection was that, you need to go for their first work for another company as an intern to grow your skills, and then you can go and apply for a proper job. And for me, as the person who spent almost £10,000 every single year to build my professional profile, I feel like I was cheated. I feel like there's something doesn't work in today's system, that students are told to be a good student at school. Then we've been told to apply for university, go through the 3 or 4 years of studies, then just to face with the reality that even if you're going to find the job, we're going to start from the scratch. And I remember myself when I found the job, which is one in sales, and I couldn't get the job even without this education. I started with scratch. I started with salary, which was £1,000. It's the bare minimum salary they could pay according to their law of UK and according to the HMRC. And for me, it was really strange feelings. I feel like something doesn't really work in this world. And these are statistics which you can see in front of you, which are just outlining how much parents and people are paid to get themselves or the children educated. And these are general statistics for all over the world. And you can see that some of their institutions, like especially private institutions, they charge crazy amount of money for the education. Let's go for the next slide. But when the people are finishing the education, these are the questions they have in their mind. Will I be able to find the job? How much would I earn per month? What career and growth opportunities I will have after I finish my study? Will I have desired results after I finish? And how much money I'm going to spend and invest in myself before I'm going to get any profit or any money coming from my job or from career I have choose? And the most important question, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? And I can see today that lots of people having the same question going through their minds. Is it really worth it? Or maybe it's a good time to adapt and to do something different, to making sure that we are creating our reality ourselves, so we're not stuck in a system which has been created for the years and years ago. And the first time I actually heard the story from Alana Pepina, she shared this in Netherlands event. The traditional school was created like almost 100 years ago, when the main aim was in Germany to create those people who will go after they have reached certain age, that they will go to work in the factories. And the primary objection was to teach people discipline, teach people not to be too ambitious, teach people to follow the orders. And yet we have exactly the same educational system today. And that is why lots of people feel frustrated. And that is why when I finished my university, and don't get me wrong, I love to be a student, I love to learn a lot. But when I finished my university, and when I found a job, which another people were employed at the same position, having no education, nothing, I felt like the world was cheating on me, because I spent lots of money, I spent lots of time and effort, I spent the years. And the question was, what did I get as a result? Let's go to the next slide. Today, very popular, alternative education. And alternative education and coaching generally being promoted by people like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, all these people we can see who are reach some of the financial wealth. And they're promoting alternative education, where you can get together with a group of people, when you can get together with a coach, which will be able to guide you and help you to achieve your goals. And the beauty of alternative education, that it is not necessary to have a prerequisite to finish in the university. Anybody can do it if the person has desire to truly explore alternative education. And that is why today it's getting so popular, and more people are going into the different courses, into the different educational platforms, so they can get alternative education. Because lots of people have the same realization as I had years ago, that when I finished university, that something doesn't work in this world the way I've been taught. But alternative education gives lots of knowledge, and frequently in alternative education systems, there are also the possibilities to get yourself in the business started, or get yourself together with a group of people who are on the same level, who are also looking for something to change their life. But you can also see the prices for alternative education. You know, there are some seminars and webinars for free, but if you want to go to the higher level, you will see that, for example, Life Mastery event from Tony Robbins, it costs anything from $15,000 to $50,000, depend on qualification of the person. And of course, for many general people, it is not really accessible. The entry levels, they are, but if people want to go to the next level, somewhere in between, they need to create income streams. They need to create something which will feed them back money-wise, so they can reinvest again in themselves to get a better education, or to rather continue education. How many of you actually have attended any of the courses in alternative education? Can you please put plus in chat? Maybe it was any online courses, or it was maybe even Tony Robbins or Academy of Private Investor. It's also alternative education, where you learn something, and it really was lots of value for you. I can see many people. And the tendency going to continue for the years to come, that's more and more people, they will choose alternative education over traditional education. Because even if we compare the slides I showed you before, the highest level in Tony Robbins' program, for example, is $50, which is almost equal of a year of the private education university. So therefore, more and more people will be opening eyes on alternatives way. And I'm here today telling you all this, not because I'm trying to change your mind, or not because I'm trying to, sell you something, because I wanted you to have a realization that the world which we had 20, 10, or even 5 years before, it's not the same. It is not the same. So if you would like to be in the top, if you wanted to have a result, then we also need to teach ourselves how to grow further and further and further. And there are many education systems, include like an alternative, who doesn't give you any academic diploma. If you finish in the Tony Robbins events, you don't receive the academic diploma, which will give you a job. And again, the question from the previous slide, are you sure that after you finish, you will get the job? So it's like, it's like a lottery, you never know. And the reason why many people get stuck with the traditional education, because this is what they've been telling themselves, and the parents teach them for entire life. So it is time to have a changes, to have a different results. And if you're here today in a life where you don't like results which you haven't today, so maybe you should make a different choices, because the choices which you made in so far are bring you to the today world, to the today time. And if you would like your future to be different, then you better start to making different choices. Let's go to the next slide. In Academy of Private Investor, there's been creation of the new educational courses. Next slide, please. And these educational courses has been developed with a deep understanding what is happening in today's world, what is happening in society in general, and the most importantly, how we can get people not just in theoretical knowledge, but how we can get people to have a result. Guys, I need the next slide, please. So if you compare traditional education and academy private education, there are a few I guess, similarities which I wanted to illustrate in the slide so you can get the clear understanding what is what. So in traditional schools, traditional education, you start with the primary school, which is in our case is the category number 3, Profi-Investor. Not Pro-Investor, Profi-Investor, 3rd category. Then we have a middle school, which is Profi-Investor, 2nd category. We have a high school, and these are general people who already finished the primary, middle school, and these are who ready to go through the adult life. So in our case, high school will be equal to a Profi-Investor, 3rd category. Then we have a specialty course. Specialty course designed specifically for those people who after high school, they understand exactly what job they want to get, but they not necessarily would like to go to university. They want to go for specialty. So in our case, we also have the specialty course, which called Profi-Investor of the highest category. And then we have in university, which is at the moment the highest degree in Academy of Private Investor, which divided into 2 types of courses. We have investment consultant, and we will have investor manager, which you will learn today as well about it. And in the future is going to be a master degree. It's going to be in another next level course, where you will be able to get to the level where you fully professional in, and also get entire knowledge, not just about investment world, but about business management and etc. This is the highest recognition in academy, but this course also will be introduced slightly later. But today you can take this print screen of this slide. This is an education system, alternative education system, which can be provided to you by Academy of Private Investor. And unlike many traditional education, when yes, you receive certificate from the government, but the government don't care what you do afterwards, we would be able to provide people with real instruments. So you're not just a student to get theoretical knowledge, but you are a student who by finalizing the course and getting your test will be given instruments to prove your knowledge into practice. And this is the biggest difference from any other companies, from traditional education, from any other companies today, and what we have offering you guys today. And if you can realize this, recognize this, and accept, you will see how life-changing these new movements will be in your life. Let's go to the next slide. And now I would like to introduce you to the person who is the creator, not just Academy of Private Investor, but the person who is creating so many companies, movements, who is inspiring us, person who can actually, I feel like sometimes he can see, what's going to happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow, in the next 5 to 10 years. And he predicted so many things which happening today. He predicted this years ago. And that's why it's absolutely timingly correct to start the new wave, to start the new movement in our company. So our people can get the best results in this world, here and now. So I would like to introduce Andrey Khovratov, who will be telling you in much more deeper details what will be happening with our company, what we're going to go through the next, started from next week, and how each of you can be involved and get the most out of it. So Andrey Khovratov, let's welcome. The stage is yours.
Hello, dear friends. Can you hear me? Can you see me? If you can, then we can move on to the next slide. And could we please make it smaller or something like that, or bigger? Just give us a second. Okay, I think this is good. So, dear friends, I have this, 2 feelings, the feeling of excitement and the expectation of a celebration, because we have in the near future 2 very epic events. On the 15th of September, the Academy celebrates its 10th anniversary. We launched the Academy exactly 10 years ago. And when I launched the Academy, I had 1,500 subscribers in my Academy. I opened the website on February 2011, and then it took me several months to set it up, to launch it, and then we had an official opening on the 15th of September. It was a celebratory event with 150 people attending the webinar, and back then I had 1,500 subscribers. And after the opening, by the end of 2011, we had already 10,000 subscribers, followers, and I realized back then that lots of people are going for education because they are tired of losing money. And when I created the Academy of a Private Investor, my main mission was to enlighten people in finance and investments. It's a financial investment literacy education. And back then I had mainly Russian-speaking people. And then from 2011, for 3 years, it has been going on, and people started asking me, Andrey, when you're going to launch the same courses in other languages, because students themselves translated all that material into Italian, English. And by the time of our 10th anniversary, we're now transitioning to a very high degree professional education. And our task is to create an army of more than 1 million people. Just give me a second. Just 1 second. So the objective was to cover 15% of the global population and turn them into professional investors. And let me tell you a few words about professional investors, why they are needed and what people will get if they receive professional investor training. So what those people will get. So why my objective was to educate people in finance and investments. Dear friends, I went through several crises in my life, economic crisis, and each crisis allowed me to see incredible things that really amazed me. People who were at their financial peak, and then the crisis hit, and they literally went rock bottom. You know, they drowned. New trends appeared, new people appeared who made lots of money, who became professionals, well, would-be professionals. And then yet another crisis hit, and then those people who were seemingly professionals, they disappear. So you realize that a person was simply lucky. They rode the wave, they caught the hype, and then while that wave was up, they were up as well. But as soon as the wave went down, all of their professional disappeared, vanished. And after my third crisis in life, I realized that if you have education, if you know what money is, what world finance and investments are, then crisis will not ever affect you. And then it was my fourth crisis in life, which eventually led me to bankruptcy. It was my first bankruptcy. And thanks to certain knowledge and the techniques, skills that I learned in my new business, I addressed the problem of my bankruptcy in literally 1 year. And then yet another crisis hit in the country that I lived back then. And this crisis did not lead to my bankruptcy. Yeah, I multiplied my money, but I saw lots of people lose all of their capital. And there was another crisis in my life. It was the 2008, when having knowledge in investing, I realized that I was riding the wave, that I'm on the horse, yet I missed one small detail, which is governmental and political speculations. So this factor was unaccounted for, unfortunately, when literally states can speculate and can turn the tide. The mortgage crisis of the United States shouldn't have affected us, yet it did. And only then later we realized that it was a state level speculation at the level of the governmental politicians, officials of the country that I lived in. And this was my second bankruptcy, and I was minus $1 million. I was very upset, but I resorted to the investment rules. I realized and analyzed why I lost money, and that's where the sixth rule of the private investor was born, which is greed and laziness lead to destruction or ruin. And back then I was greedy, and that was why I went bankrupt. But thanks to my knowledge in investing, in exactly 3 years, I was making double the amount I was earning before the bankruptcy. I recuperated my entire capital before the bankruptcy. And then in 2011, I created the Academy of a Private Investor, where the main goal of the Academy was to give knowledge in investing to people who wanted to always be on top of the wave and not under the wave in the financial economic world. And the professional investor, Profi-Investor, well, the path towards the creation of this course for 10 years, because we had the basics rules of the private 8 to 12 fundamentals of the private investor and so on. It was all the evolution. And then literally a year ago, we realized that we needed to create a professional investors course and train our own investors so that in our ecosystem, people would be literate, investment financially literate. And 4 categories were developed. Although in some countries, according to their regulations, they have up to 8 different investors and categories. In our case, we distilled 4. And the first category is the lowest category. We call it category 3. Category 2, it's a little bit higher. And then category 1 is a higher one, and then the highest category, we call it the highest category. It might not be the same as in the traditional education, because if in the traditional education, if you're investor 3.0, it's higher than 1.0 and basic. Well, if it's similarly to the sports. There is the 3rd place, 2nd place, and 1st place. So similarly, for me, it's the same. Category 1 is like a winner who conquered certain, fundamental rules, principles, realized them, and then took the 1st place. And yet we have one more category, which is the highest category, which is the highest of them all. So this category includes the basic knowledge. We're talking about the category 3. You can get the basic knowledge. You will learn how to create your investment portfolio, where you will be able to earn 20 to 30% per year from your portfolio. Some people might get more. So what is 30%, 20% per month? It's like 2.5%. Or per year, it's 2.5% per month. And, I recently went to a bank and they told me you can deposit your money at 2.95% per year. And I was smiling, because in the stock market, if you take the lowest risk investments, you can already make 2.53% per month. And the bank offers 2.95% per year. If we're talking about such countries as the United States, Europe, Canada, Australia, I know that they don't even have deposits anymore. And if they give you 1.5% per year, it's like you're really lucky. Usually they take that 1.5% from you. So category 3 is the basic knowledge in investing, the fundamentals of investing, and the first steps. And the investor will learn how to invest with a portfolio of 30% per year. The advantages in our system is that you get a boost of 30% to dividend income in the new ecosystem. So there is an income for everyone, those who use some of our instruments in the past. But if you're category 3 professional investor, you'll be getting plus 30% to the dividend income in the new ecosystem. So the cost of category 3 professional investor pack is 500 units. And if a person purchases the private investors club membership, they get a 20% discount. They will pay 400 plus. Now it costs the 50 units, if I'm not mistaken. And then if they pay after the registration for the membership fee, they will pay even 35% or 35 units, if I'm not mistaken. Since our idea is to have professionals in this area, and it is also the recommendations coming from many of our leaders, we decided to introduce a confirmation of the category of the professional investor. And by that time, investors will already be making good money, plus they will have a boost to their dividend income, and they will have to pay 100 units per year for additional training that we're going to hold every year. It's so-called advanced training courses. As Mila mentioned, there is traditional education and non-traditional, our academy's education. You know, the trend, the global trend, is that the traditional education might have alternatives already. When you don't even have to go to school, you can get your conventional traditional education from home or remote learning. And we have also qualification and requalification. So it's about advanced training and retraining. Why does it happen? Because many professions that existed 10 years ago do not exist anymore. For example, a person goes to the university, they spend 5 years to get their education, and upon their graduation, their profession is not needed anymore, and they have to retrain again. And those people who back in the day received their professions for life, and then their profession disappeared, well, I call them Neanderthals, because it's going to be very difficult for them to survive in this modern age of ours, because every year there is a new profession popping up. Quite recently, crypto market has appeared, and now we have crypto specialists in all different walks of life. In the financial sector alone, there are around 5 different cryptocurrency specialists. And if you go and see among different IT programmers, if you go to the blockchain, there are already 4 types of programmers and developers who work with blockchain. And if we talk about the internet business compared to the conventional business, 1 year of online business equals to 5 years of conventional business. And as for the crypto business, then 1 month of crypto business equals 1 year of online business. So compare it to conventional business, you can do the math. 5 by 12 it's 60 years. So 1 month in crypto business equals 60 years in the earthly common business. And when I meet people who are only conventional business professionals and you start talking to them, it's like talking to a Neanderthal, you know, like a primal age people. And people start blaming their governments. They start blaming their governors, local governance and laws. But truth be told, people do not want to requalify, retrain. And in this case, even in the area of investing, crypto investing, we still offer this opportunity for people to receive advanced training and for them to receive new knowledge. And this is obligatory annual confirmation, but this knowledge will be delivered both free and for a fee with a big discount for certain segments. For example, today we have trading learning in the stock market. There is trading in foreign currency market, and there's cryptocurrency market training and trading. And they are all different because programmers who develop bots for Forex and the stock market and the coders who develop bots for cryptocurrency markets, they're different. Those bots are totally different. And this annual confirmation or advanced / retraining of professional investor category is a very important moment. And I will tell you why it is lucrative, beneficial, profitable as well for managers and leaders of EVORICH, because the more clients you have coming to the Academy of Private Investors, the bigger your passive income is going to be. And I'll show you it to you in figures. So you will get the basic knowledge, which is the fundamentals of investing and the first steps in investing. The investment opportunities in our ecosystem, NEEW, is up to 10,000 per year. And that person can invest up to 10,000 units per year. So what will the investor learn? So they will learn how to use guaranteed low risk instruments with a return of 30% per year. So they can determine themselves whether they are going to use low risk guaranteed or high risk, but they will know how to make sure that their capital is preserved and multiply, and they get a 30% boost. The second category, 1,000 units, 25% for private investors club members, which is 750 units, annual confirmation or requalification, retraining, or advanced training. Let's call it advanced training. It's minus 80% discount, which is 200 units per year. So in category 2, we will have in-depth education or learning of the market, 10 sectors, different sectors of the market. We will learn how to assess instruments, how to create your own portfolio. So how the financial system works, global financial system works, and how it affects private investors and what the private investors should do. So it's more in-depth training course, which is in traditional system of education is inexistent, absent. You won't find them. Even in the investment world, like advanced and retraining in investing, they don't have this kind of materials. It's exclusive academies materials, training materials. And most importantly, people who would like to invest up to 100,000 units per year, they will simply have to receive category 2 professional investor education. They will learn how to invest in guaranteed low risk, medium risk instruments and create their portfolios with a up to 60% return per year. So what are the benefits here in the NEEW ecosystem, in the investment ecosystem? It's plus 50% to dividend income in the NEEW ecosystem. So some investors, and I repeat, there won't be such an opportunity for new investors starting from the 1st of October. Only the old investors who received some of their tokens as a bonus, and then they exchanged those tokens in the crypto market into current tokens, they will still be enjoying the old benefits, but new investors will have to receive the education and qualify as professional investors, and only then they will be able to receive security tokens and participate in other investment programs. And if they go to the exchange, crypto exchange, they will simply have to qualify as professional investors, be certified as professional investors. Otherwise, there will be limitations on the number of security tokens they can sell on the exchange. So this is yet another important thing that we need to take into consideration. And they will get an additional boost to their dividend income of 50%. And of course, they need to have annual advanced training every year. So the category 1 professional investors training course costs 5,000 units. If they are members of the Private Investors Club, there will be a 35% discount, which makes it 3,250 units. They will have to pay 500 units for their annual confirmation, which is minus 90% discount. They get advanced training. They will be able to invest up to 1 million units per year. They will learn how to invest in guaranteed low risk, medium risk, high risk instruments. They will learn the stock trading, balancing, how to choose instruments, how to test their investment portfolio, to make sure that their portfolio has a return of 100% or more per year on your investments. And here you get a 80% boost to the dividend income in the ecosystem NEEW for investment products that the ecosystem will offer. And highest category professional investor costs 10,000 units. Here we are talking about mostly trading in stock, cryptocurrency, and Forex markets. Then there will be the best traders will be selected for the management of funds assets. Those are people who will be able to learn intraday trading and make 1-2% per day with 15 days trading per month. The discount for this course is minus 40%. It's 6,000 units for Private Investors Club members. The annual confirmation will cost 90% less for them. It's 1,000 units per year. And we're talking about the professional traders level of education here. So one of the tasks here is for the people who are interested in learning more about trading, who would like to make trading their walk of life and be involved more in active investing, because category 2 and 3 is more about passive investing strategy, whereas category 1 is a mixed investing strategy, whereas highest category is active investing strategy plus a little bit of mixed investing strategy. So here students receive knowledge on how to invest in low risk, medium risk, high risk instruments, professional trading, and also how to create a portfolio with a return of 100 to 300% per year on their investments. And as for the benefits within NEEW ecosystem, from all the investment programs that yield the dividend income, they get plus 100% boost to the dividend income. Let's go to the next slide.
Well, now the investment consultant plus category 1 professional investor. The fee of the course is 10,000 for investment consultant and 5,000 for professional investor, 15,000 in total. Annual confirmation of 2,500 units until the 13th of September 2020. So no, annual confirmation of Profi-Investor, it's not correct. So the price as of today is 2,500 units. It will be available until the 13th of September with 4-month installment. And with the possibility of 4-month installment. And starting from the 13th to the 15th of September, the price will be 3,000 units. The 13th to the 15th of September, 3,000 units, and the installment of 1,250 units. Whereas since the 1st of October, the price will be 3,500 to 5,000, and the installments for 10 months. Now the installments are available for 4 months, later on for 10 months. The investment consultant, it is quite profitable to make such investment consultants, as he can get or create passive income when he is enrolled for 10 months. So what are his benefits? First of all, when he pays a fee of the Club of Private Investor, there is no additional discount as it is already provided, but he gets knowledge of a multi-profile advanced professional investor and knowledge of how to become a consultant. And having this category of knowledge, you may invest up to $1 million and above a year. What are the investment opportunities available to investment consultant plus category 1 professional investor? Well, working with guaranteed low risk, medium risk, high risk instruments, generating yields up to 100% per annum. And he will be able to learn how to invest income into the portfolio and plus 80% to dividends in the new investment ecosystem. Those products, instruments, and a bit later, I will tell you which instruments will be available, and those that generates dividends, there will be plus 80% of dividends paid to this group of people taking investment consultant. So the duration of the course is from the 15th of September to the November 2021, 2 online sessions per week. And those who comes to Dubai, they will pass the test and they take the training, pass the test and gets a certificate in Dubai. In case they fail, then over 1 year you may buy it, and over 1 year you may take this course, take your test and get the certificates of professional investor of category 1, 2, 3, and then get a certificate. Well, what are the benefits of the investment consultancy? There is one slide missing, I believe. Yes, there is one slide missing. Okay. Let's move on. Additional courses available in October, November, Profi-Investor of the highest category that will emerge in November in trading and investment manager. Who needs the course of the investment consultant, and what is the difference with the investment manager? Investment consultant are those who can earn money through investment advice and create Profi-Investors. It means that when you work with your customers, if before anyone could come and motivate a person, and there were cases when you motivated people by telling them that you invest your money, a great instrument, and 3 months after you will get a yield, a return of 15% on top of your investment. It was not true. We never said this, but those illiterate consultants with the purpose to get investing, they cheated their customers to sign them up. And then there were complaints. And to avoid this in future, all the investment consultants who can motivate and propose investing into different areas, only investment consultants. If a Profi-Investor would like to earn through multi-level marketing plan of EVORICH, as EVORICH is a marketing company, then such a specialist needs a Profi-Investor. And if he is an investment consultant, he may attract a person online or offline, and only invest consultant may make the full-fledged presentation telling them which areas to invest and answer all the questions. So Profi-Investor is the one who can invest his own funding, but he may say, I invested into this and that, and if you are interested, I can make you get to know the investment consultant, and he will tell you where to invest and how. This is the investment consultant, whereas the investment manager is a specialized course for those who want to become not a consultant, but the employee of the foundation and engage in the projects of the foundation. Today, we have over 20 projects, and there will be more. And for each project, we need an investment manager that will supervise the operation of this or that enterprise, and in particular, monitor the financial flows and make this enterprise financially solvent. And investment managers are those specialists to say there is the setup of a company, and they may assign, for instance, the CEO of this company may be assigned to the investment manager course, and this way he will learn how to make his enterprise, his business, more attractive from the point of view of investment, or enter our ecosystem, or get a possibility to enter some investment platforms, or create their own crowd investing part and start raising money for their company to expand. And this is what we will train people in the investment manager course. So in parallel to our partners, so this course aims at those companies that would like to become to make their businesses more attractive or solvent. And there will be the specialization in stock and currency market and related in trading, not the instruments of these markets, but there are such areas as grain trading, metal trading, or trading in some technologies. So this is the Profi-Investor. So trading in some goods and services in the real economic sectors. Maybe you've heard or you don't know that there are commodity exchanges and there are so-called sales of some raw commodities, raw materials, and agricultural commodities. And there it requires specific knowledge of how to operate on that market. And since we intend, and there were some proposals from grain traders, large companies that supply grains worldwide, and they are interested in working with us, including digital guarantees and getting our investing. But for this, we need our specialists who will work together with these companies to check and monitor their operations and how the profits are generated. I will give you an example. Grain trading over the last year, the growth rate, so selling and buying grain, the yield was over 100%, a bit more than 100% over 1 year. But forest trading and timber and its products, the market grew by almost 300%, and those who actually sold it, should we buy this timber and simply keep it, then the yield per year would be 300%. Those companies who were involved in the production of timber products and other related goods, their increase in capital was from 300 to 500% in stock. And those traders who bought and sold these forest-related commodities, their earning over the last year was over 150%. And if we enter these segments, so trading in commodities, in real commodities worldwide, and we enter these companies as a partner with our digital guarantees or as an investor to carry out some transactions, as sometimes the money is not enough over the last time when the banks actually lowered the rankings or ratings to get the bank guarantees, and many companies could not adjust, and actually their volumes reduced, and therefore they shared their profits. I talked to one company, and you know, they were shocked, I believe, from my proposal. They say, we don't work it this way. Otherwise, I tell them, go to a bank. If we start working, then the split of the profits, 50%, the split of net profits. So they say, we take it from a bank, 3-5% per annum, and maximum we can offer you 10%. And I tell them, no, 50 to 50. If last year it was 150% return, then our part will be 60%, but you could make much more should you have funding. Yes, then your return could be up to 200, and it's quite fair. And they decided to think it over, but then gave me a phone call back telling that we should meet and negotiate it again. So we can enter these segments as well, but we must understand the amount of funding needed. And look, I am not enough to cover it all, and therefore we need to create these Profi-Investors of the highest category who will not do trading in crypto and stock markets, but they will also trade in real commodities and services and goods. And the investment manager could become only after the Profi-Investor of the highest category, the person may take a course to become an investment manager only after this. So next slide, please. Why is it feasible to be an invest consultant? Well, first of all, professional knowledge of the science of investing and its practical application, access to unique investment offers on the market. What are they about? Quite soon, I will announce that there will be another 4 new products in crypto area, 2 of which are low risk or even guaranteed ones, as they are liquidity provision for some areas and the large scale penetration into a lot of segments on the crypto market. But further details will be provided at the open meeting. So the return of such investments could be from 60 to 100% per annum. And the instruments, low risk instruments, and for Profi-Investor of 3rd category, they will be index related instruments where you invest in mutual funds, ETF, and index, and could learn how to earn 20 or 30% per annum. And in case a part of this earning is invested into crypto index related instruments, so they will earn even more. Then the next one, cryptocurrency hedge fund, which does not use trading, but the medium-term trading, which is used to create our stock market-based portfolio and mutual funds over 9 months, 30% return, whereas in stock market, in general, it was over 35% per annum. We never applied leverage, and we don't use intraday trading. We don't use it, don't apply it. We use only the algorithm of entrance and exit of the market when the market grows or when it crashes. Through the technical analysis, we see these prerequisites and we leave it. And by strong diversification, we can get an annual return of up to 35%. And in crypto market there, according to our strategy, there are the investments, and Artem Kabanov will report, and in line with our strategy, and why crypto market is more attractive, as there is no full-fledged fundamental analysis. There was an intent to launch it. Elon Musk, by his statement, said that there will be a token, and this token grew up to skyrocket, up to the sky. But these are single occasions. And look, these messages affect the stock market, whereas on the crypto market, they do not affect a lot. And this technical analysis will work over the next 1.5 years, 2 years. And there we could double the return on crypto market by using this technology and this algorithm, which is applied in stock market by us as well. And the indicators, the estimates of the performance over the last month, August, were provided by Artem, and combined with all those instruments we apply, we actually exceed the plan, the expectation, and it is almost at the level of 25-35% return over a month. And we may not estimate it this way, but on average, it could be 2-3 times higher than in stock market. In stock market, we almost over 1 year showed that we have 35% annual return, whereas in cryptocurrency market, without the leverage, it could be 3-2 times more. And therefore, this access and the unique opportunity for invest consultants, and invest consultants will be the first to invest in such areas. Then creating your personal investment portfolio with the return of up to 100% per annum, a prestigious profession for the present and the future. Look, on the internet, in different browsers, such as Yandex in Russia, you may search for investment consulting or advice. And look, according to the statistics, the shortage of the professional investment consultants is very high. So they are in shortage, and the demand for the next 5 years is up to 1,000 clients per one consultant within the next 5 years. This is what demanded, whereas in reality, the invest consultant may consult maximum 50, 80 people or up to 100 people, approximately 8 persons a month on average, or 10 persons a month on average to be consulted, whereas in the next 5 years, the demand from people will be as high as there will be about 1,000 people per one invest consultant. And therefore, there will be a rise in scam business models and pyramids. As people will tend to sell, they will see that some people bought some investment programs or other investments and the yield was high, and they would like to copy the experience, and therefore they will lose their money without professional advice. Therefore, this is a prestigious profession of the present and the future. Opportunity to get net profits from their clients and hedge funds. Those products and hedge funds developed, there will be a situation. As an invest consultant, you raise investing, and the more personal investment you raised into some investment segments of it, then the higher your opportunity is to get a part from the dividends, in the form of dividends from the profits made by your client. So there are some companies that announce that they pay high dividends. Once I decided to check, please show me your balance sheets so that I can see that you have these amounts. Unfortunately, I didn't see it. So some people ask the same question to us, whether we have balance sheets. Look, since we have the official launch of security tokens only this year, then the financial statements will be available at the end of the year, the financial statements of UGPAY Group. Plus, in addition to that, the US company as a holder of assets. And in future, in 2030, I plan to make the largest IPO. And why the largest? I will explain it at the closed meeting. Well, the next benefit is the opportunity to create your own brand, personal investment brand in your region, in your language, no matter which language you speak, Russian, Spanish, Hindi, Italian, and you have your people not in your region but worldwide. It means that you can become an expert and create your own brand of the investment consultant, and there you may earn, and no matter where you live. I will give you an example. I have one wellness consultant, and he is from Israel, one of the best specialists in this area, and he has been advising me over 1 year through Zoom when needed. And here in the investment sector, when since 2011, 2013, I was the investment consultant for people in the United States, Buenos Aires, Argentina, Russian-speaking people residing there, in Italy as well, and Ukraine, Russia, Kazakhstan. I consulted people online and they paid for my course of sessions. And you know, one important thing, why the invest consultant is unique and why is it different from a lawyer. A starting lawyer charges about $50 per hour, depending on the country, but on average. And if a starting lawyer joins the legal business company, he will be paid $10–20 per hour, because well-known, reputable lawyers say that their charge per hour is 1,000, whereas the company pays 350, 400 per hour to this lawyer, whereas the starting investment consultant compared to a lawyer already earns at least $150 per hour. Therefore, dear friends, it is not only prestigious, but this is a possibility to earn more than other prestigious and well-paid professions and multiple sources of income. Next slide, please. So invest consulting from $150 per hour. When in 2013 I provided my coach sessions, they were not the people who wanted to invest. They were the managers of different companies, construction companies, those who were selling some car chemicals and restaurants. And I provided my coach sessions as they were interested in finding the way to make their company financially solvent. And my charge was 1,500 per series of sessions. And you may estimate 12 sessions. So each session cost 1,500, and altogether 18,000 euro divided by 15, 1,200 euro per hour. This was my charge. My hour is not 45 minutes, but 1 hour and a half, so 90 minutes. So, and in addition, 3 hours before I consult to find out why a person needs this. The person who took my coaching, my advice, he should have taken a course on investing. So 8 basic lessons of private investing. So he should take this course, and only then I started to coach him and act as his coach and business trainer. Therefore, there is a prospect for growth, for your growth. And if you know, for instance, Tony Robinson trains billionaires. And how much does Tony Robinson charge for his 1-year-long consultation or advice? Do you know the figure? I know that many people took the training courses from Tony Robinson. 50,000. 50,000. Andrey is laughing. No, not at all. 500,000, no. If you pay 80,000, you may join a group of about 30 persons, and more expensive training of 350,000. It is only a few people in a group, and someone wrote down 1 million. Well, Tony Robbins, first of all, you take a course of 80,000 and 350,000, and only then individually he will work with you for at least 15 days, 15 sessions of 1 hour and a half, 2 hours each, 1 million to be charged. And he is viewed to be the most expensive business coach in the world. Once my goal was to become the most expensive investment consultant in the world and to charge for my advice even higher than Tony Robbins. You may take the training for the invest consultant and set a goal for yourself to become the most expensive and best paid business coach and trainer. And I want him or her to be a student of our Academy of Private Investor. Well, the host of the Genius of Finance, from 100 per participant or 800 from Genius of Finance training. So the person may charge, so the invest consultant who took the training and played 20-30 times must charge from each player, but he's not a player. He is the person who takes the training. He will coach, train them. Then 100 per player, 800 from the genius of finance, and this is a good possibility to involve people to our system.
The next one is Master Profi earnings. It's course promotion plus annual retraining. Then we have Master Profi earning from attracting investments and percentage of the profitability of clients, investors. So what does it mean? It means that you can make money both from raising funds and when promoting the courses. So you promote the courses, Profi-Investor, and you also promote courses if, for example, if you want a person to develop as a leader in EVORICH, they can become an agent, consultant, manager, and then you will be making a commission from selling the courses plus annual retraining. Profi-Investor. It says Master Profi, but it should have been Profi-Investor. Okay, then allocation of additional profits from investment instruments, possibility to do trading and manage companies' funds. So, for example, if you have children and they are prone to stock trading, and or for example, you are prone to stock trading, then think about it, because our goal is to create a huge team of traders across the entire world. My goal is to have at least 1,000 traders. We have some trading algorithms, plus we're developing a platform where we're going to manage the risks taken by the trader. For example, a trader has $100,000 for management. So, but before, of course, we give them 100,000, they need to prove their worth on a demo platform, and then they show their efficiency with small amounts, $1,000, $10,000, and then they go as high as $100,000. Okay, and we set certain restrictions, like limits on the platform through which they're going to trade. Per day, not more than 5 transactions. If you make 5 positive transactions in 2 hours, that's it. You close the day. And then we also put some stop losses, not than 1% per day, per not more than 0.3% per transaction. For example, as soon as you go into the negative of 0.3% per transaction and you have 3 such transactions, it's 0.9%. That's it. You're getting banned for 1 or for 3 days, for example, 2 days, and you can work only on the demo platform. So we have 1,000 traders who will be managing on average $100,000 each. It means $100 million multiplied by 2%, which is 2 million a day, which is 40 million a month on intraday trading. So how much those traders will make if they manage $100,000 multiplied by 2% per day? So what is 2% per day? Today, they might have minus 1%, though they do not trade. That's why I said 15 to 80 days. But tomorrow, the next day, they will make like plus 20% in intraday trading. Sometimes it's called day trading. In 3 days more, they make 3%, then 44%, and then minus 1% again. They take 2 days off. And on average, their income can be 1–2% per day. Well, 2% is easy because we have an algorithm. And if they manage 1 billion multiplied by 2%, it's 20 million a day. And if the trader manages 100,000 multiplied by 2%, it's 2,000 multiplied by 20 days. It's 40,000 multiplied by 15% that the trader will make. It's $6,000. And if they manage 1 million and not 100,000, they will make 60,000 per month. And if they manage 10 million, it will be 600,000. So those traders will have to finish the trading school, of course, first. And we need 1,000 traders because when we have the biggest IPO in the world in 2030, for the hedge funds and other players not to bring us down, how it was done with our CRU token, where our users dumped CRUs and brought it down without realizing what kind of asset they had on our hands. And I think those people who sold it will literally, biting their elbows from being upset that they dumped the tokens when the tokens will go up. And then you can also train as a speaker, and you can be a business coach for intraday trading or investing. And then the 8th point is an elite community of prosperous and wealthy MLCI partners. Can we go to the next slide, please? Someone says, someone is being smart, realize what they have and buy CRUs. Well, yes. Okay, investors level. We have different levels, as you know, minus level, 0 level, first level, we call them amateurs or laymen. Then the second level is smart. I think it is wrong. The first level should be beginner. The second level should be amateur. It's, yeah, smart, second level, of course. Okay, third level is, yes, the slides are correct. So it sets constant, but I would say level 3 is people who are, maybe continuous is a better word for it, lifelong investors. They invest all the time, so they know where to invest. So category 3, or sorry, level 3, and it's a continuous investor. And category 3 is also category 3 Profi-Investors are continuous investors. And we're going to create 1 billion continuous investors. And it's a category 3 Profi-Investors. And then category 2, it's fourth level experienced. It's a category 1 and 2, I guess. It's fourth level of investors. And we will have right 60% such people. And then the fifth level, which is a professional, we're talking about multidisciplined professional investor. It's invest consultant, highest category Profi-Investors. So it's, yes, multidisciplined professional investor. And dear friends, invest consultants and those kind of profit investors will account for 5%, I think, out of 1 billion people. And you can be one of them. Now, let's talk about the co-ownership of the global investment portfolio. Mila, do I have to deliver this part or you do? Please, you begin, Andrey, Mila says, and I will continue. Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. So, as for WCRU investment token and the main application of the WCRU, it's an equivalent of a share. It's a digital share. It's an index token reflecting shares ownership of the company and entitlement deed or right to receive bonuses. So it's a digital share on the blockchain, which allows their owners to enjoy the following. First, when the company grows, the token grows and their assets grow as well. And second of all, they yield dividends. Well, in this case, the symbol or the ticker is WCRU. The issue is 80 billion. So the token issue, the entire issue will take place in the primary block, and all pre-mined tokens are placed in an account called reserved. Accuracy, it's 0 decimal places. Well, it will be 6 decimal places up to 8. And then it's a publicly available network token after a thawing or unfreezing period of 365 days. And let me clarify here, and I will tell you more at the closed meeting. The first 35 billion tokens will follow the algorithm that 100% will be unfrozen within 35 months since the day 1 of unfreezing. So when a person buys tokens, they will be frozen for 365 days according to the regulations of the Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States. So startup companies are prohibited from selling tokens until 365 days expire. They cannot bring them to the market. So we followed the same path. And the second goal is to prevent dumping of the tokens that can happen when everyone comes in and sells and tells we want to sell, then it will go all the way to the 0. Even if their actual real value is high, there is so-called fair value. So what is the fair value? It means how much you can buy a company for, and the fair market value of a company can be $10 billion, and the market value is calculated in the following way. You see the price in the market. So that's how you do it. And I think this is not entirely correct. This is total nonsense. This is not how the company's value should be calculated. In my opinion, for example, if I want to sell a company, and that's the kind of money I receive for it if I sell it. For example, we know that the biggest market capitalization in the United States is Apple company. It's 2 trillion. Well, it's a little bit lower now, but it will bounce back, I'm sure. So, but if you go and sell that company on auction, well, not auction, let's say at the market value, they won't be able to sell it at 2 trillion. They will hardly sell it like a 200 million, but its market value current is like 2 trillion, like 100 times more. So what is the fair value? Is the money that you can get if you sell the company. So according to the Western regulations, market regulations, if a company yields 6 to 8 annual income, you can easily sell it in 1-3 months. So this is the fair market price, but unfortunately there is another kind of market price. And if you take today, for example, the market value price of the CRU token, we have 10 billion CRU tokens left, multiplied by 1.1 cent. Not bad. It's 110 million capitalization or market value. But when this price goes to 10 cents, it's going to be more than $1 billion. And then it will be more than 6 billion when it goes to 50 cents. And why it's going to be 50 cents? Well, you will learn at the closed meeting that we're going to have this month, why the price is going to be 50 cents or more in the next half a year, because there is a mechanism in the tokenomics of the WCRU token, because our tokenomic was written only for WCRU and UNTB, and we didn't have tokenomics for CRU. We're going to develop it in October, September, and you will know why CRU will grow in price and while UNTB will grow in price and not be like it is today. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, WCRU token issue and prospects. For 10 years, we plan to sell 40 to 72 billion WCRU tokens for the amount of $10 billion up to it says 100 billion, but I'll tell you it's 10 trillion. So the issuance phases, 10 to 30 billion WCRU tokens at 0.001 to 0.3 for 12-36 months. And the first phase is being shut down on the 15th of September, but maybe we will extend it to the 1st of October. Phase 1 will close down, and then this phase 2 will open on the 15th, 20th of February 2022. I'm sorry. Right now we have a very strong PR, marketing and promotion of the company. Such media as Forbes, Bloomberg will be writing about our company. Very famous bloggers. We have a PR company. We have a contract with them working on our visibility, and in October, November, December, they will start PRing us very strongly when phase 1 is over, and we will be getting ready for the sales, and we will sell it based on the investment valuation. So our current estimated investment valuation is 21 billion of all the companies that we have. 6 more companies are being calculated, and 2 companies alone can be evaluated at $20-30 billion. I showed it at the last closed meeting. Maybe you saw the data why it is going to be such high evaluation. So when we have an investment valuation of at least $50 billion of our business, our tokens will be sold in February from $1.5 to $2 per token. So now we have moved on to the next stage, and it will be at this stage at $1. So the price is going to be $1. And in February, the price will be calculated as investment valuation divided by the number of issued tokens. And if we go and see how much tokens have been issued and allocated on the blockchain, let me go to the blockchain and check it. We have WCRU token number 24 billion. So as of today, this is the amounts issued, and it will be already $35 billion, which will be the investment evaluation. But guys, there are two more companies that are being evaluated currently. They alone will be around 30-40 million. So the overall investment evaluation can be around $50 billion. So phase 2 sales will start at the price, which is calculated investment valuation divided by the number of allocated WCRU tokens. And phase 2, it's at 20 to 25 billion tokens sold at $1 to $100 over 12-24 months. And phase 3, which is 1 to 10 billion WCRU tokens at 100 to 1,000 over 12-24 months. And phase 4, which is 1 to 10 billion WCRU tokens at 1,000 to 2,000 for 12-36 months. And the residual liquidity is 8 billion WCRU tokens according to our tokens. 72 will be sold, and 8 will be left as our residual liquidity for different purposes that the company might have. And it will be done within 10 years. Let's go to the next slide. Phase number 1, it's from the 10/2/2021 to the 10/10/2021. Let's go to the next slide, please. So phase 2 is 20/2/2022 for 12-24 months. So the phase 2 will have 12 stages. The initial closed token sale directly from the UGPAY group, whereas in phase 2, it will be direct purchase only for Profi-Investors through the UGPAY group. People are asking why you need to learn or study and get your Profi-Investors, because this is the only category of people who will be able to buy tokens from UGPAY group. So seekers of invest consultants courses, see what kind of advantages you can get. When on the 15th of September or the 1st of October sales are stopped, you will be able to create Profi-Investors and they will be able to buy tokens. So imagine we have two scenarios. Scenario 1, you don't have any Profi-Investors and you're going to create new Profi-Investors. With the algorithm at work created by the marketing company EVORICH, the marketing algorithm, you can easily in 4 months create the network of new clients from 10 to 100,000 people, because we have two products to be launched, UGAIN, and in October EvoSend. UGAIN, it's an application for businesses and clients, and EvoSend is a perfume company which will give away free samples to all registered users of EVORICH. And this promotion will be valid until the 1st of October 2021. And you will be able to use those instruments and get from 10 to 100,000 new registrations, of which surely there will be people who would like to be Profi-Investors. Let's say the number will be 5% of that amount. So out of 100,000 people multiplied by 5%, it's 5,000 people who might get Profi-Investors education. Category 2, for example, with an average price of $1,000. It's $5 million, the sales volume that you can have over that time. Because to buy WCRU tokens through UGPAY group, you need to be a Profi-Investor and to use investment proposals of a hedge fund, liquid investor, and index investing can be those options can be used only by Profi-Investors. Newcomers without proper education will be able to receive and make use of those opportunities. So you can make up to $150,000. And those of your acquaintances and friends who haven't yet purchased the tokens but would like to, they can make enough money to invest part of their earnings into the purchase of WCRU tokens. And the second possibility is through the secondary market on the blockchain P2P or through the Unitex crypto exchange. Again, following the algorithm of digital guarantees, plus the sales that have taken place this year on the 10th of February. So since the 10th of February, there weren't so many sales. And then I can tell you that in the market, we will have approximately, let me do the math, 70,000 tokens released per month in the secondary market. We're talking about unfrozen WCRUs. And those companies who are preparing, the companies that are preparing the digital guarantees, Emanuele and his team, there will be at least 8,000 companies that will have to buy 10,000 tokens. And the demand, as you can see, it's 10 million with 70,000 released per month. Well, maybe the demand will be 10 million, whereas the actual number of released tokens will be hardly a million. So the price can be way higher than the price at which it is sold by UGPAY Group. And why companies are going to buy it and other investors, because it is already a proper security token yielding dividend income. And the direct sales and the right to distribute information about UGPAY Group will be given only to invest consultants. Profi-investors won't be able to attract people, recruit people in UGPAY Group. It can be done only by invest consultants. But if Profi-Investors wants to make money on the sale of the investment instruments, they will have to bring people to the invest consultant, and only the investment consultant will be able to offer instruments. And the secondary sale is possible on Unitex exchange and P2P. And again, if a person is not a category 1, 2, 3 Profi-Investor, there will be certain restrictions. Per year, they will be able to sell tokens for the total amount of $15,000 per year. And if they want to sell more, then they will need to become a Profi-Investor. And this will work only for security tokens, not CRUs or UNTBs or other tokens listed on our exchange. Let's go to the next slide, please. And let's take a look at the qualifications in the Academy of Private Investor. A Profi-Investor can purchase WCRU tokens and some financial instruments. They cannot promote WCRU and other financial instruments, and they have limited promotion of financial instruments. If it's an invest consultant, they can both purchase WCRUs and promote them. They can talk about them, they can show the benefits, and they can show how to register in the website and how to make a purchase. And accredited investors can buy any financial instruments. We're talking about state level qualification. Sometimes it's called accredited, sometimes it's qualified, sometimes it's called professional investor. In different countries, it has the different term. They can buy financial instruments on the market, but they cannot sell investment instruments. They have to be accredited as a financial advisor or invest consultant. For example, in Russia, I will train to become investment consultant advisor. It is regulated by the central bank. In the United States, it's called investment consultant. That's why we call it invest consultant, because we need to draw the line. In the United States, investment consultants are accredited by the department of the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, and it's called FINRA. And we will push our syllabus training program through FINRA as well, for them to take our courses as a basis for Profi-Investors and invest consultants. So we have accredited investment consultants. They can do it. But for that, you need to have a capital of more than $5 million, according to their regulation. They need to have an experience of more than 2 years in investing with a performance, trading performance of around 10 million buy and sell, buy and sell in 2 years. It's not that easy. And only then they can start offering investment projects. But just an accredited investor can do that. Let's go to the next slide. And now the simple steps to reach your goal. Mila, are you going to take this? Well, there will be certain instruments that you said you wanted to mention them. Maybe you can go quickly through them. Okay, simple steps to reach your goal. And before I touch upon this point, I would like to get some feedback from you, ladies and gentlemen. Could you please give me a 10 in the chat if, based on the material that I've just told you, you have a clear picture, 5 if the picture is hazy, and 1 you didn't understand anything at all. Okay, now give me 3 pluses if you already purchased the Invest Consultant courses.
Put 1 plus if you would like to buy the course Invest Consultant. Okay. Put down what prevents you from making a decision, because it was extended until the 12th. The payment was made, but money is not received. So I will tell you which number to put in the chat. If you cannot make up your mind because you have no money to buy it, give me 1 in the chat box. Put 1 if you have no money. Put 2 if you would like a lot, but you have no money. Give 2, please. If you are wishing to buy it, but have no money at present. Give me 3, put 3 if you would like to find out how 5 seconds after you may get money. Look, there is an important thing. It's not the problem of money. It is the matter of decision making. If you make up your mind, make a decision, you will find money. Remember this. Money is not a problem at all. Money is the solution of this problem, and the problem is decision making. I will give you an example why 5 seconds after or 10 seconds after maximum you will get money. Imagine a situation, but before you do it, please put in the chat who you love most. No, don't put who you love most. Let's do the following. Those people who are open to new opportunities, write this down in the chat box. Yes, I am open to opportunities. And then imagine that a person you know comes to you, Mila, and what is the brand of your car? Porsche Panamera. Do you know how much it costs? Do you know how much it costs? Put your guesses. New or 1-year-old Porsche Panamera. 12 million Russian rubles, 150,000, and 1 year is at least 100,000 US dollars. And look, a person you know comes to you with a Porsche Panamera and he says, look, I urgently need money. I am flying to somewhere I urgently need. Give me 10,000 US dollars. A question to you. Will you find this 10,000 US dollars right away? So put it in the chat if you will find it or not. I still see the answers. Nope, no. A person you know comes and says, I urgently need 10,000 US dollars. I will give you my new Porsche Panamera in exchange for 10,000 US dollars. Will you find this $10,000? There is another question. Who is the dearest and the most beloved person for you on this planet? The person you like most. My wife, my children, my son, family. But assume that you act in one movie and we watch this movie and you are the star of this movie. And there is a phone call and they say that there is a serious problem. Your beloved people, either your child, your mom, your daughter, or anyone, or you are in hospital with very serious disease. And there is only 3 days to resolve it. And you need 5,000 US dollars. And the doctor says, we may resolve it and you or your mom or your daughter will live, will survive. Will you find 5,000 US dollars? Will you find this 5,000 US dollars? You see, you have yes, yes, yes. Yes, there are some people doubtful or hesitant and something may happen. But look, the brain works in the following way. The Porsche Panamera that costs 150,000, so you need to find 10,000. And the situation changes when you urgently needs this. And the brain works in a totally different way, and you will understand that making a decision is key to achieving your goals. Look, imagine the following situation. This is a gym, 40-meter bar, metal bar, rectangular shape, 10 centimeters in width and 20 in height. So this metal bar, and 40 meters long, and it is on the floor. And the question to all of you, can you walk from one end to the other end? Give me yes if you can. So now a situation is different. The same bar, 40 meters long, 20 centimeters deep, and it is between 2 buildings at the height of 50 meters. The same bar, but it is suspended between 2 buildings. And if you walk it through, then you will get 10,000 US dollars on the other side. Give me yes if you agree to cover this distance. And the height is 50 meters. So look, when it is on the floor, you can walk it. But when it is in the height, so your brain tells you that it is risky. You are afraid of height. And it is 10 centimeters wide. And the building is 12 meters high. 15 floors of the building. And now the third situation. Please be attentive. imagine the same bar of 40 meters between two buildings with the height of 50 meters, and it is icy and rainy. And from the other side, there is the person you love most, and the building is crashing, and you have only 10 minutes to get to the other side, to that building, to grab your beloved person and take him or her back. Will you go? Will you do it? Or if you love only yourself, there is the medicine that will heal you and will cure you. Otherwise, in 15 minutes, you will die. Look, I'm not asking this question to find out whether you will walk or no. This is the way the brain changes. So Porsche Panamera for 10,000 US dollars, you say no, then a disease of the beloved person, and then another 3 scenarios. And the brain works in a different way. Making a decision is the key. There are 2 groups of people, those searching for opportunities and those finding excuses. Today is only the 9th, and you may today or tomorrow find a person who will invest 100,000 US dollars in the purchase of WCRU tokens, but with the obligation of taking a course, and you will earn 8,000, and you have money not to buy Profi-Investor and Invest Consultant, but to go to Dubai. You don't know whether you meet this client today or tomorrow, but if you decide, yes, I will, yes, I want, yes, I will, then 100% you will manage. Once again, put it in the chat if you want to take the training Invest Consultant and would like to be rewarded after completion of this course in Dubai with a certificate. Write it down. Yes, I'd like, or yes, I want. Now, I have a question to those who answered yes. Will you be at this course Invest Consultant, even if today you have no money? And you say, yes, I will get my certificate in Dubai. Say it to yourself, because making a decision is most important, is the key. Next slide, please. Well, look, firstly, registration with API, and select either Invest Consultant or Profi-Investor. Wait for it when it is available in October separately. What are the tokens to be available in October, presumably to be available? WCRU and other tokens and ETFs on our blockchain. Smart contracts are being drafted. Moreover, there will be new back offices that will increase capitalization of WCRUs and UNTBs. And now in CRU back office, you may find Cardex top 20, 50, 100 cryptocurrencies. You may benefit from it. Yes, it is medium-term or long-term instrument, but you may benefit it. And at the closed meeting, we would show you an analysis. If 5 years ago, in 2016, you bought top 20, top 50, top 100 of cryptocurrencies of that time, about 20–50% would disappear, but others grew, then your capital invested in 2016 to say 1,000 would turn into 25,000. Then there is another product, index token from UGPAY Group, cryptocurrency hedge fund, liquid invest, and other investment instruments that will be accessible to Profi-Investors, and some of them will be only in access to Invest Consultant. Then we prepare an investment exchange portal, and for our next anniversary, 8th anniversary, it will be launched in spring or summer. This year, IT team was too busy, and the team of lawyers as well. And therefore, in September, we are signing an agreement with a partner who will join with 10% to arrange this. we have a personnel, we are looking for him for a long time, and we have a person who is involved in the creation of trading platforms, exchange and brokerage trading systems, and not only related to Forex and stock market, and he works in crypto, and he has 5 years experience with cryptography on the market. So this is very powerful, the safety of some instruments. It will be stock currency, cryptocurrency markets, auto sequencing, PAM accounts, robots, and the first objective you may write down is to get a training from API and qualify as a Profi-Investor to start investing. And the second objective is to become an invest consultant to start earning money in investment consultant services and earn income from these products. The third goal is to become a top MLCI business leader and become a millionaire. Or you may have a goal to become a multimillionaire, or a billionaire, so a leader in MLCI business model. If the system of MLM business gave a birth to the army, MLM business model gave birth to an army of millionaires, whereas we will give birth to an army of billionaires. I will show you how it is possible and why you should set big goals. If you have a paper and a pen, so take your pen and make a circle, and inside write it down, me, I, and put it down, for instance, $1 US as your desired earning, 1 million or 10 million or 20 million. In the chat box, write it down, 10, 20, 30 million or 1 billion. Which money or which amount would you like to earn? Someone wrote down 5 billion, or there are those for whom 100,000 is quite enough. And now 5 arrows down with 5 circle downs. Down, and this amount, for instance 10 million, then multiplied by 5, it is 2 million. And now this is your line, your level number 1. From it another 5 arrows down, and for instance in your first down line you have 2 million. It means that you need to have 5 people for you to earn this 2 million. If you want to earn 1 million a month, then in your first downline, there should be 5 persons earning 200,000 per month. If you want to earn 10 million, then in your first downline, you need 5 persons earning 2 million each. If you wrote down 10,000 or 100,000, you need 5 persons earning either 20,000 or 5,000. Well, then you divide 20,000 by 5, 4,000. In your downline 2, there should be 5 persons earning 4,000 each. If they earn 4,000 each, then the upper line earns 20,000, and then it means that you earn 100,000. Let's get down to level 3. 4,000 to be divided into 5, 800. 800 to be divided into 5. This is your downline 5. It is only $160 US. If your goal is to earn 100,000 US, meaning that in downline 5, your people will earn only $160 US. And please put 10 in the chat box if you want your people from the 5th downline to earn 100,000 or 1 million as you want. If in downline 5 each earns 100,000 like you are, to be multiplied by 5, it is 500,000. This is the earning of your downline 4 multiplied by 5. Downline 3 earns 2.5 million multiplied by 5. 12.5 million to be earned in your downline 2 multiplied by 5, and your first level earns 62 million multiplied by 5, and then you can earn 300 million. This is the reason sometimes I receive a question why I'm dreaming of trillions, because I cannot dream smaller than trillions and hundreds of trillions, as I want my people in downline 100 earn millions. And for this, my dream and my desires must be much more than I have today, because otherwise I destine my lower lines to earn a little, whereas I want them to earn a lot. Therefore, dream big. And look, thanks to EVORICH system, which instruments you get? API, Profi-Investor of category 3, 2, 1, and the highest category, Invest Consultant. This is where you can earn. EVORICH courses, MLKI business leaders and top leaders. These are the courses to be promoted and earn. EVESCENT, fragrance consultant. You may create a huge network, and I will show you how much you may earn by selling aromas. Assume today you have no one in your network. Then put a figure in the chat tomorrow when there is a chance for people to get for free 8 samples, how many people a day you can sign up. So he signs up in EVORICH system, and you have the time available until the 30th of November. So how many people will you share this opportunity with for them to learn about these perfumes? Someone wrote down 10 to be multiplied by 30 days, 300 to multiply by 30 days in November, 300 plus 300, you have 600,000, and your people can attract someone, and at least you can have 10,000 people. And when the sales are launched, at least for perfumes, 10% of these people would love to buy 4 perfumes, because this is like pre-sale when you fund the plant, the factory, and there will be an algorithm designed subject to which or whereby you can get in future to get shares of EVESCENT. Well, 8,000 bottles to be multiplied by 55 US dollars and multiplied by 3%, and your earning will be 12,200. But if you sign up your entire team, you can earn much more. Well, specialist in increasing sales, you gain. And so yesterday, and there was a test of you gain, and quite soon there will be the launch on the 10th. According to the plan, there is the launch of UGain, and you may benefit and register people in UGain and the digital consultant. So by selling only these products, you may earn millions and dozens of millions or become billionaires. Look, when you create assets from 10 million to 1 billion in 10 years, let's have a look. If you earn this money, so assume that one new person is the one who joined us recently with no opportunities to have WCRU tokens like before. By earning 1 million, you may invest into 20% of purchase of tokens, and most importantly, to set a goal for you to have 1 million WCRU token, out of which per 1 million of 1 million WCRU tokens, including 100,000 UNTB and etc. Set a goal to have it. And then, subject to these plans, the average price will be from 10 to 1,000 US dollars per token within the next 10 years. It means that your capital, your assets only related to WCRU tokens would account to 10 million, 1 billion. And if you invest in different areas after getting our training, your earning could be much more. Next slide, please. Dear friends, I'd like to wish you to take the decision. And please remember, those people who study a lot know a lot. Those people who do a lot, they can do a lot. But the success is with those people who often take decisions, those decisions that change their lives radically for the better. And Mila Serdyukova is one of the top leaders in our industry. She has never had MLM experience, but over the 6 years, she is the person who took a lot of decisions, and therefore she is super experienced and successful in MLKI business model, and I'm sure that some years after, she, together with Armand Murnieks, will be the ones who actually started the history of multi-level crowd investing. And you can become like Mila and Armand and also make your contribution to the history of multi-level crowd investing by contributing a lot to it, for its development and your development. And 10, 15, 20 years after, people will read about you as the founders, the creators of the new industry that is developing exponentially. Therefore, I'd like to pass over to Mila for you to listen to her, what actually helped her to become the one she is now. Mila, the floor is yours.
Thanks a lot, Andrey. I appreciate everything you have said. Guys, how are you? Are you managing to get all information synced in? Can you please give me some sign from 1 to 10? How so far you get in these sessions? Because some of the details we have shared with you are very, very deep. From 1 to 10. Perfect. I would like to just to very briefly summarize, and can we please go to the previous slide? The most important things which Andrey has shared, not this slide, but previous slide, with education. Some important things which has been shared. First of all, we are going to the new era of education. And education will be the foundation for our business to take it further. There are going to be lots of opportunities and income streams which will be linked with education. So to put it simple, every single time when you will go for the course, whatever it's lower level course or beginner to the highest one, you always will have additional instrument. So it will work in a way that you are buying the course, you get in the theory, and you get to the practice. You go to the next level, you buy in second course, you get to the practice second level, and etc. So every single course which has been designed, it's linked with the theory plus practice. And Andrey Khovratov has shared with you what are the instruments we will be offering to our ecosystem. So second, which are very important things for you to understand, that if you would like to build a business, and there are going to be a few ways how you can monetize your business MLKI. So you can promote education, and for you, the entrance points could be education packages, but you can also promote other instruments. So for example, in order for you to promote UGAin or EVENTI or MLKI, sorry, the slides are just jumping. Can you just stay with one slide? If you will wanted to promote other instruments, you always will have opportunity to build the business on the backbone of any company which we introduce. So this is very important. So you would have a choice as their client, what would you like to have? Would you like to go through academy and get the practical knowledge? Would you like to get any other instrument in our ecosystem and be the client of Evercent, UGAin, NDE, Global Unit Pay? Same choice you would have as the businessman. So as the creator of the Business MLCI Pro, you can promote courses of academy. There are multiple income streams which Andrey Khovratov has shared with you if you decided to become MLCI and promote the business on the backside of academy. But at the same time, if for whatever reasons you're feeling like you're more connected with other instruments, you also can do this. So you can promote any other instruments we have in our ecosystem. And this is really fundamental, important for you to understand. Remember when we become an ecosystem, and the first time when you heard this term was EVENTI, which was last year when we introduced the average. At the beginning, we have established that in our ecosystem, we will have a multiple companies. And each of the company, you can take advantage of being client, co-owner, and the businessman. You remember this? So the company mission stays the same. We have never changed the course of where we're going to as the company, but we upgraded this to the next level. And therefore today, it's very exciting for me as well to see how new markets are taking this idea and they are getting people involved in the courses, they're getting people involved into other instruments we have, because technically each instrument can provide you with the multiple monetizations ways. And this is what it's important and the biggest takeaway from today's meeting. But also we have a second part, which I would like to share with you. And can we go please to the bonus plan slide? As you know, last year, when we have mentioned about average for the first time, we also introduced the new marketing plan, which was updated in our back office, to be precise, 11th of October 2020. How many of you actually have realized that for the last almost a year, we have an updated marketing plan? Can you please put plus in chat? Perfect. The biggest difference compared to the old bonus plan are their biggest percentages, because now average marketing plan is giving you 40% across entire network and structure if you're reaching the highest rank of the president. So we have introduced the new bonus plan with idea of having also people who will be motivated to take the actions according to the new marketing plan. Because the new marketing plan established in a way that people who are closing the ranks, they will have much more high percentage of earnings. And this was an idea from day one to create the business plan, the marketing plan, which will be able to benefit people on the maximum level. So therefore, this marketing plan was introduced last year, and please let's go to the next slide. And the advantages of this plan were that we had 40% on the downline, and also we have divided into rank and status. And also one of the biggest differences between old one and new one, that's in new marketing plan or average marketing plan, let's call it average marketing plan, you have opportunity to earn your money even if you do not purchase anything. So for all of you, and I'm here 100% agree with Andrey, it's never about the money, it's about the priorities. If for you is priority to make to the training, then nothing's stopping you to start promoting any instruments we have in our ecosystem and earn this money. Even if you have today zero, and I'm sure we don't have people who don't have a zero, at least each of us are buying a cup of coffee per week or something else in the shops. But even let's say you have somebody who has nothing to give because they live on very strict conditions and they cannot afford to buy the training, they can earn the money according to the marketing plan, so they can have opportunity to go through the education. You know, and I'm not talking about company loan. I'm not talking about when I was a student, I didn't have the money. And I was forced by the system to go and to take the loan. And this loan was actually, I paid 8% per year extra so I can cover my loan. And nobody told me, Mila, you can promote education, and if students are signing up, we're going to give you bonus and then you can attend the course for free. It doesn't work like this in the real world of the traditional education and even in traditional business. So the instruments which we have shared with you and the ways how you can build the business, it's so unique. Guys, you need to recognize it and realize it and appreciate it. So those of you who really wanted to make to the course and you don't have the money, well, it's a marketing plan in front of you where you can make the money from the scratch by promoting to other people. And today there are lots of people who are searching. There are lots of people who are stuck in their houses, who are about to lose the job, who doesn't want to get this vaccine and they not agree with what is happening in the world, and they're now trapped because they don't see the opportunity. They don't know what to do. But you know, you are here. We just shared with you that you can have a different routes of the development. You can go for the education package and get the instrument and see how investment works for you. If you don't want to get education for whatever reasons, you can choose any other products. If you wanted to promote any of the product of Average ecosystem, you also can do this with ease. There are tons of presentations and materials in back office. There are 43 webinars like this was conducted last month. It's 1.2 webinars per day. So knowledge is there. Opportunity is there. There are some markets like Netherlands who took this opportunity. They grabbed this opportunity of investment consultant. And within the week, it was 21 person who purchased the course of investment consultant because they realize what will be happening next. Same people in India. How many people in India have purchased the course? But I remember years ago when we talked to the Indian community, they always complained was course is too expensive. We don't have the money. And look at you now, how many people purchased the course? So what has changed? What has changed? This is the biggest question. When people see the priority, they will find the way. And we can give courses which can show the results, full stop. If you want to have fruits from these results, then please welcome together with us to the journey. Let's go to the next slide. We have created the new structure in our leadership council. And this structure will be fully growing and fulfilling from October this year, which is in about a month. There are different types of partners, and we call them, they are more like a leadership partners who are leading the company and can be divided into 4 levels. First, we have partners who are building the network, who decided that the business MLKI is something for them, that they like the idea and they wanted to lead. But first, we start with own structure. We cannot, it's impossible to teach somebody how to walk if you're crawling yourself, if you're not walking yourself, right? So that's where it's always come with the experience. And in order for people to grow and the leaders, at least they need to be consultant level and above. So this is the entry level when we call it core rank, when we are taking our partners as those who decided to build a business. Those will be from their consultant and above. So the second part, it's the leadership council, local leadership council. So this would be people who are selected because they wanted to take extra responsibility. They would like to develop the region. And I remember for me, when I started this business a long time ago, and actually together with Armand, when it was the leadership council opportunity, I was like praying and working hard for me to get to the leadership council. This was something for me like a desire. And I realized that, wow, I can earn not just from my structure, but I can become a speaker and help others. I can do so many conferences for other people as well, network in our city, and I will receive the percentage from entire volume of city, or maybe even the country, if the country is small. And for me, it was next level. For me, it was something where I followed the rules of private investor, and one of the rules was saying, create multiple income stream. So for me, it was like the light bulb straight away in my head. How can I create multiple income streams? Okay, I can work for my network, but what if I help other people? Then we have a third level, top leaders council. And top leaders council, those are the ones who develop in now different countries, and they are working on a global level. And again, this is the next level of development. And for those of you who will be in the top leadership council or who would like to be in the top leadership council, this is an amazing opportunity where you can travel the world. Well, of course, if the world will be open up forever again, but you can travel the world, you can do Zooms with so many countries, you can add value, not just to yourself, to your structure or your city, but to the entire world. And if you would like to have a big name there as a person who's created MLCI, the person who created new movement, this is amazing place to be. Is the top leadership council, where you will receive the additional percentage from the entire world volume. And this will be not just for one product, but it will be for Academy of Private Investor, for EVORICH, for EverSend, for UGPAY, for UGAIN, and etc. Imagine. This is income level, next level. And the last but not the least is the President Council. And the President Council this time, it's a slightly different terms and conditions. We will only get those who are president, so have the highest president rank in the company. And most importantly, these are the people who will work with the strategic development, who will be able to help and to break down what are the steps needed for global development of the EVORICH and for the business MLCI. And of course, as the President Council, you always will be given opportunity to be involved in a different project development. And in general, you know, the sky is the limit. When you reach in the highest body in our career ladder, then you have lots of other choices where you can choose what you like to do and spend your time and energy developing maybe new trainings or maybe developing new concept, new products, new companies. This is where you can really get yourself to the next level by being a President Council. So these three councils, which will be introduced from October onwards. And I would like to ask organizers, please share in the chat a very important form. This form called nomination form for the local council and for top leadership council. What we have realized with the time that there are lots of people who are excited about being part of the councils and they really wanted to be, but then when it comes to their let's get the job done, unfortunately not everybody are so involved in get things done. So that's why this year we would like you to select, all of you to select your leaders. If you are living in America, you should select who will be a person who can be nominated and represent America. If you live in India, you should be able to vote and see who you would like to represent your country as a top leadership council and a local council. So this is for all countries in the world. So this will give opportunity to have a more fair choice. And I believe our country knows its champions, right? So the people who are developing the country, they know who's the one or who are the people who are taking extra step in order to help, in order to develop, in order to be there and lead. So therefore, there's a form which will be sent to you shortly, where you can put the nomination. First, nomination for the local council, who you would like to nominate. And second, nomination for the top leadership council, who you would like to nominate as a top leaders. You can nominate one person, you can nominate multiple people. You can even nominate yourself if you believe that you will be a good member of any of those councils. But before you go and fill the form, there's going to be another file with the criteria. So you need to have a read the criteria, put the list of the people who you think should be nominated, then you compare criteria with the list and you select those who are matching the criteria. And please put on file those who actually are matching the criteria. When we're going to receive this all criteria, we're going to do the shortlisting, and then we will announce new local council and the top leadership council at the EVENTI. Also, there is another specific group which we have created this year are the speakers. Those who are sharing the world through explanation, through the trainings, coachings, and teachings. And what Andrey have shared with you as well, there is a possibility and opportunity for those of you who would like to teach about investment as well, to become speakers for the Profi-Investor level 3, 2, and 1, if you are investment consultant graduated. So there are lots of opportunity for those of you who would like to be a role model, who would like to become international speaker, influencer, for those of you who really wanted to be heard and you wanted to reach people globally, massively. If you feel that this is for you, and can you actually put pluses, you would like to become an international speaker and coach, if this is something you feel like you want to go ahead for, there is another form which organizers will share with you on the multiple languages, where you can fill the form, put your name, and tell us why you should be a next international and global speaker. There is also criteria, so please make sure that you read the criteria first before you put a nomination or before you put in the form. But for me personally, I think this is the biggest joy I have. And those of you who are already speakers, I'm sure you would agree, it's the amazing joy to see when you have some people in the countries with probably where they don't have opportunity, you teach them, you show them, you help them to fulfill their goals. And there are so many people like this, especially in today's world, who need help, who need somebody to reach them out and show them opportunity. And it's selfish just to keep this for ourselves. So that's why no matter what time, I'm always happy and ready to do the meetings, presentations, trainings, because I know that we are guys doing the global mission. We are creating something which was never created before. Take the step forward. Is the time. Is the time to have new councils. Is the time to have new leaders involved. Is the time to get everybody who wanted to be heard to be heard. And also another great announcement I have for you today. I mentioned about a new marketing plan. So from October, approximately October, November, you will see that the current ranks will be recalculated. However, we understand that there are some people who are committed to the company, who are actively buying the courses like MLKI Pro, investment consultant, or other investment courses. There are people who understand our mission and who do the daily activities in order to grow and to expand. So we're gonna invite you, of course, to the Dubai to have a celebration, but also to learn and have accreditation for the investment consultant. But we will also, for those people who actually show up, who committed, and who talk in the talk and walk in the walk, we're going to give extension of the ranks for 1 year. So those of you who are active, we can see you, we can see exactly what you do. I'm happy that we have people who show up and who do things. I'm happy that we have a new leaders now who committed themselves to success. And I'm happy to see that there are existing leaders, no matter what, they're trying to adapt as fast as they can so they can help other people to do the same. So you have been seen and you have been noticed. So therefore, it's going to be a group of people who are active, where we will not recalculate the ranks for an entire year. But when the year will finish, it's still going to be further recalculation. But for those who are not active, for those who are not attending any conferences, meetings, who are not getting themselves into the ecosystem, who are not showing up, who like probably passive investors, we will recalculate the rank for them. And we will have a biggest advantage for the leaders, because our idea, those people who are doing the job, they should earn money. Those people who are passively involved, we will recalculate the ranks for them. I feel it's very fair call. And if you guys agree with me, can you please put plus in chat? Then we can have this deal done. If you agree with what I said, where we will differentiate from those who are working hard and showing the results, and for those who are passively and maybe not even longer watching any of the webinars or what's going on in the company. Excellent. Let's go to the next slide, please. So who we are looking for next members in our councils. We're looking for people who are coachable, hungry, open-minded. And these are the most straightforward forward, I guess, characteristics of the person who would be good fit for our company, for the councils, but as well as to join in the business. And I would like now to give a word to 3 students which have shown an amazing results. Some of them has been in the company for only a month. Some of them, one of the students was in the company for almost 2.5 years. So we have new people who evolved, and we have also old members who now taking actions. So I would like to invite to this stage 3 people who shown an amazing results and such, you know, sometimes uncertainty time in the company, right? How I call it, where some people are lost. These people were sharp. These people were showing the results. And I think they are amazing example for all community. No matter if you're a new member or old member, but these people actually are talking the talk and walking the walk. So I would like to give a microphone first to Lopke Opsteen from Netherlands, then Ramesh Kumar from India, and then Anna Osipova from Russia. The questions for you will be same. What make you to participate on the trainings MLKI Pro, and what results you have? How you are now probably different from, or the results probably different from what you had before. Please, let's welcome Lopke to the English room, and then Ramesh Kumar, Indian, and then Anna in Russian.
Hello, Mila. I hope you can hear me well, because I'm at the beach at the moment, and it's
nice.
It's a bit windy. Why did I decide to join MLKI Pro? For me, it was the most logical decision, because I just made that decision while I invested in Average. So I did that simultaneously. And for me, I think it was the best choice to get to know the company as fast as for me was possible. And I think now I know that the MLKI Pro course for me did do everything that I wanted it to do for me. It challenged me a lot, because it was really busy, 4 weeks, and I am someone, if I take up on a challenge, I do deliver, and it was a challenge to do and take action and keep on taking action and keeping the focus. But you helped me, because you challenged me to do so. Because of the home play, I always call it home play instead of homework, because that's making it more challenging for me, and it made me grow really fast. So now I'm looking forward to the next step to grow even further. So that's why I also bought the investment consultant course. And yes, still don't know a lot about the company, but I think that's logical, since I only invested maybe 5 weeks or 6 weeks ago. But I'm learning, and I'm a fast learner. So I think that's that, and I can recommend it to everyone. And maybe something to add to that, what I really loved about MLKI Pro, I have been involved in a network marketing company before, and we had a lot of talks, courses about the networking part, growing your business and stuff like that. But what never was in it, and what is really part of the MLKI Pro education, is your why. Every course is about what is your why, and think about it. But because we had to do the home play, we really had to think about it. And I think that's the only way to keep us motivated. And I think that's the only way we want to inspire people. And if we don't know our why, we can't talk from our heart and our gut, and we can't inspire people. And I think MLKI Pro helped me to find out or get it more clearer why I'm part of the business and why I love to be part of the Average company. So that's that.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Lovka. Yeah, you've been showing amazing results. Consultant within the 5 weeks. And yeah, now on holiday, look, right? You have a hard work and at the same time you like, you play.
Yeah, nice at the beat.
Awesome.
Thank you for the honor. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lovka. Bye-bye. Okay, would like to now see Ramesh Kumar. Can you please take us through your achievements in the same question? Why would you choose to go for the training in EVORICH? In this case, it also was MLKI Pro. What results you had and why you believe it's important? Okay, we can see you, Ramesh Kumar.
So good evening to everyone. So I have learned investing knowledge in our company. So in my life, I learned how to guide my team, how to take the knowledge and how to handle people, even a common people, and to share the knowledge to them. So the second one is goal setting, how to set my goals with short term and long term. And another one is most important, that is how the prospect will expect from us, and another one, how to guide them in a way that they will understand in a simple terms. So today in market, many have investment knowledge, but they don't know about investing. Because of that, I completed many courses like in our Marathon 260, MLKI Pro. So I took these education because I want to develop myself and my team with them. So education which has been offered by our company is really, really wonderful. So because I have a goal of myself and I'm really looking forward to that goal, and I will achieve this goal in 720 days. That is my goal. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Ramesh Kumar. He's an amazing student in India and working hard in South India, and together with the team has reached amazing results. And again, there are people who feel like, you know, let us freeze and see what happens next. And there are also people who are more adaptable to the changes. And these are the amazing example of people who are actually take what it needs to be and decide what occurs for them and just go with the flow and have results. So this will be the process for all of us sooner or later to go through, to experience, because we can only share with the results once we experience. Otherwise, it's like Andrey Khovratov said, you know, people who knows everything. What is the point of knowing everything? There is no point of knowing. The point is to take an action on what you know. Then you will have a result. And also now, Anya, please, floor is yours. You are in Russian room. So share with us as well why you choose to go for the trainings. What was the result? And if you can connect with the Russian room, like let me know, because I don't see any more screen for some reason.
Yes, I'm here in the Russian room. Hello, Mila and everyone. Can you hear me? Great. I've been in the company for less than a year, and you know, honestly speaking, I was looking at those taking GoPro. It was really exciting, and for me, it was a step, like the important step or quantum step forward to enroll to MLKI Pro, and I've never regretted it, as it changed my life a lot, my mindset, and I realized that I need financial education. And I also realized what MLCI is and why it is needed, and that I want to share it with people and open new opportunities to them. And a lot of positive realizations, and the program MLCI itself. Thanks a lot to all our coaches, teachers, and all those who worked for it. It's not the very powerful instrument MLCI Pro, but it includes a lot of productive knowledge. I started it with the desire to win a prize, and I will join everyone over the course. And with all our aha moments, realizations, explaining of our whys, I understood that price is not very important for me anymore. Most importantly, I wanted to understand how I changed, how my mindset changed, and I recommend everyone to take it. It will help you a lot and help you realize what you want. I believe I'm done. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
Thanks a lot, Anna. You're doing great, and I like your background. It's like you look very professional. And actually, Anna was only few people in the entire Russian-speaking world. I think in Russia we only have actually few students. You can calculate them in one hand, and she was one of them. So again, there are some people, some markets today have a bit of uncertainty. But guys, I can reassure you, once you get your head clear, and I hope this webinar helped you to do so, you will realize that what we're planning to have from October, from like next week actually onwards, is going to change the history of entire MLCI, and this is going to change the history of the world of business and investment. So to finish up today, and thanks a lot one more time to 3 students to be willing to share. And actually it was the proof that it's not just me and Andrey Khovratov are telling how good the courses are. It's important for those of you who are new to see the proof. And we have many students like this. So we have lots of proofs that it's working. What we're teaching you, it's working, full stop. And you'll get the good results if you're coachable, if you're hungry, and if you're open-minded. So let's go very quickly on the next slide. Just a reminder, there are 2 biggest events coming in Dubai. It's EVENTI 2021, which will start it the event in Dubai will be on 19/10, which is 19th of October. And you have now 2 purchase opportunities. You can buy the tickets by yourself, the personal. We have 59 tickets available, or you can go for the leadership package, which is 5 tickets in the package. And you can see the price in the screen. Also, it's going to be an additional training on 20th. It's closed training for the leaders. We will work with those people who are selected for the top leadership council and other leaders. And this will be more like a closed group. But all people, all partners are welcome to celebrate our anniversary at EVENTI 2021 in Dubai. Also in Dubai, 13 and 14, we will have a blockchain conference, blockchain expo, where some of our companies will be having a stand and speaking session. So we're going to have Global UnitPay, UGPAY Group, Blockchain, and Unitex. So these are the companies which will be presented at the biggest exhibition in the world and a theme of blockchain. So therefore, if you are new to our ecosystem, or if you're an old member and you still undecided, then I definitely recommend you to come for these events, because what you're going to experience there is you will actually see what we've been talking from the Zoom. You can see it in reality. When you're going to be in this expo and you will be seeing the speaking session by Andrey Khovratov and other people who are managing the companies, you will be overwhelmed. Because our companies in ecosystem, in New Economic Coalition of the World ecosystem, are so stand out compared to what the world have today. And plus in the event is going to be lots of surprises and presents, which we will talk about this, but a bit later. So, but take this print screen of the slide. So it's going to be 13-14 blockchain conference. Then we're going to have 17-19 investment consultant and in Profi-Investor first category. It's going to be 2 days full of teachings, as well as people would be able to graduate offline after 18, and 19 it will be EVENTI. So these are 3 major events which will happen in Dubai in October. So please feel free to ask more questions with your people who introduced you to this webinar, or also you can join and listen. There are many webinars on these topics and hot seats which are organized and will be organized in the coming week. And the last but not the least, let's go to the next slide. What is the next steps to achieve your goals? And I believe today we give you a lot of content, and now it's ball in your side. What would you like to do with this ball is up to you. But we have few options which I believe will be beneficial, not just for you personally, but for every single person you will ever meet or talk or invite or train. So first of all, we have training which will be open from next week, investment consultant. If you have not yet purchased investment consultant and Profi-Investor first category, there is opportunity for you to do so, and we have extended the dates, as Andrey have mentioned, till 13, and you have installments as well. Same for MLKI Pro. MLKI Pro will start in November. It's also the package available in the back office. You can buy the package in bulk, or you can do installments as well. So installments option for both cases to make sure that people can take it with ease and not pay everything in full. Also, in order for you to, if you decided to, again, build a business, and if you want to go for the full step, we have the full speed. We have this new movement which has been created by Armand Morniak's called Action Takers Group, where we actually meeting with each other every 2 times per day with those people who are willing to take the steps. And I have an amazing group from Australia who for the last 3.5 weeks, I've been showing up on the call 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. And these are amazing people. I'm so happy that I met them, and thanks a lot, Gary, to bring this group to Action Takers. It's amazing to see how hungry, coachable, and open-minded people are, and they're committed to, even if it's a wake-up call at 4 o'clock in the morning, for 3.5 weeks in the row. So 5 to 10 rendezvous per day will have you, or will bring you to the results of having 100 or 150 rendezvous per month. Also, this rendezvous will help you to achieve your goals faster. And then the day, it's not about you just having information. It's about how many people you manage to reach, how many people you have in your team. And I remember when I was introduced to this business, you know, I was first, I just put the money and I was waiting. And if Armand did not persistently push me for these trainings, I probably would never be involved in the business. And if I were not involved in the business, how many of the people would not be involved in the business because I never talked to them? I never had the opportunity to meet them. So it is not just, again, we all started with us, but it's not just about us. Have a look how many people you have changed lives already, how many people you talk to already. So it's your decision, but yet this decision will impact many hundreds or maybe thousands of people, or even millions of people if you are having the president rank or higher in the company. Also, the weekly presentations, there is a calendar in your back office which you can have a look and access. Tomorrow we're gonna have training Genius of Finance, so feel free to attend. It's gonna be myself and Anastasia who will do the training on the Genius of Finance, and we will share with you how to monetize, what are the strategies for monetization on the Genius of Finance. You will love it, and this is yet another instrument. Some companies only have one product to offer. How many products and instruments we have in our ecosystem? It's unbelievable. But again, don't be overwhelmed with everything. Eat cake by pieces so you can take it with ease. But if you feel like Genius of Finance is a good instrument for you, feel free to come for tomorrow training. Also, there are lots of events and EVORICH trainings we do on a weekly, on a monthly, on a yearly basis. And also we have different promotions, which also will be coming very soon with updated Leadership Council and Top Leadership Council. There also will be some promotions which will be coming to our network very soon. And the last but not the least, increase your earnings, and upgrade your lifestyle and help others to do the same. And then today we live once, so let's live life fully, full of joy, full of happiness, full of opportunities. And as I said before, sky is the limit. So we have plenty of things to learn, to digest, and I hope that today you had a lot of value and you learned something new today. And most importantly, now it's more clear for you what will be the next step. Thanks a lot for your time, and appreciate everybody who helped us to organize this meetings, even though it was a bit of last minute, but I think we have done a great job. And thanks a lot, Andrey, for taking your time and explaining everything in so detail. So I wish you all the best. Have a good evening, have a good night and good morning. And I see you soon. See you tomorrow at the Genius of Finance webinar. Bye-bye.